Right, Tommy.
Hey, Wayne, what was that? Did you hear a snap?
Snap.
I thought I heard a snap or something. All right, anyways. We're here, another beautiful day in beautiful river. We're outside. We don't have to be in a hermetically sealed studio yet. And
Yeah, it's beautiful
we
out
got
here.
little Aaron here. He's in there having his lunch, watching the taping. He's
Oh, he likes the taping.
like the taping. And
And,
here we go again.
yeah, so I want to start with, our buddy, your buddy and mine, Colin Kapernek, who's got so much talent. He's sitting on the sidelines, but
Yeah.
it's because he's black. Well, he's half black.
Well, it's because he took a knee, and they're all holding that against him now. And it had nothing to do with the fact that he wore socks that depicted police officers as pigs. And blew off Modell or the Ravens when they brought him in, and a tryout. But that's got nothing to do with
That's nothing to do with it. So here's him today. This is exciting. He says, and I quote, "F reform. It's time to abolish cops and prisons."
Right.
And he said, his rationale is, the central intent of policing is to surveil, terrorize, capture, and kill marginalized populations, specifically blacks.
Right.
That's their intent. So basically, and you guys used to watch these cop shows on TV. They'd set up in the morning and have your coffee, and then before he said, "Be safe out there."
Well, have a good tour. They'd give you like the people on vacation, what the latest things were, maybe stolen car list, if any bank robbers were in the neighborhood, cat burglars, and then they would say, "Let's go out and bag a minority."
Let's bag some black people out there.
It's absurd. Never is it brought up, all right, let's not do the crime. Let's just take away all the punishments, the bail. There was a protester who was spewing out all this
Spewing?
racial hate.
Yes.
Okay? And they brought him in, I can't remember the city, and they charged him, and they gave him an appearance ticket, and BLM went through the roof. That's what's happening. All these people, that's all you get now. But for them, it's got to be totally different. Let's hang immediately.
Yeah.
But for everybody else, just appearance tickets, or here's a couple tickets for the Mets when they play again. Now, no bail. You see how that's doing in New York City.
That's doing real well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the left's doing, and these people are buying in hook, line, and sinker to this. And we want to reimagine policing. Yeah. So what is it? Street law? Well, they want to take away the Second Amendment. So what is it? Just have at it?
It's have at it. I don't know if you know that, but it's have at it. So there was a vice presidential debate the other night, and I think it went obviously much better than the first one. Minor interruptions here and there on both sides. Kamala thought everything was funny. She grinned, showed her teeth, and then the vice president, God help him, he's trying to reverse all the ridiculous tweets and everything else that Trump has done. So that's tough.
No. And Kamala Harris, though, I thought she brought up one really important point. When her and Joe are elected, how they would handle the virus, and it was very simple. They would reevaluate, listen to the doctors and the scientists, and push for a vaccine.
Wow, that sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, but it would be a safe vaccine because they
because they're not. Yeah, we're pushing them,
and they would make it so that everyone
could get
afford
them.
it.
Yeah. Now there's a couple things interesting. Botoxy out in California, and
very wonderful woman.
Yeah, she is wonderful. She's gotten so much Botox it's coming out her asshole. But no, she's in essentially a fortress, and her big thing was they're going to look at the 25th Amendment to get rid of the president within a month or so within less than a month of the election because he's incompetent mentally. But guess what? Joe Biden. Don't think she won't pull that on you.
Right, and I'll tell you something.
And then we got Kamala.
These historians, I've done some research in this myself, and political historians will back this up. She tried the exact same thing with McKinley as president. She tried the same thing.
McKinley was shot at the Pan Am exhibition in 1900.
Turn of the century. She tried the exact same thing then when she was,
How old is Botox?
She's been there for a long, long time. And
well, you said last time it was at Custer's last stand, too. I mean,
she had, she didn't look good.
No, she didn't look good now.
Her hands were marked all over the Little Bighorn, if you ask me.
Yeesh.
By the way, there's Human Waste in the Streets of San Francisco. That used to be a detective show. Now it's The Streets of San Francisco is
Human
police
waste.
cesspool.
Human waste. So yeah, so we're gonna see. We're getting down to little less than a month, and personally, I have an appointment with a financial advisor as to where I could bury money.
Right.
But we'll see what happens.
Might even have to look into some kind of, because with this new reimagining of policing, and nowhere is it said, hey, how about less crime? It's all about more crime or less punishment,
Yeah.
no bail. By the way, I don't know if you took my advice and got a scanner, but again, last night, another major brawl at the Millennium Hotel. And
Right in front of the Gonorrhea Mall, for those of you who don't know.
another major brawl. They have a holiday scare house over there on Union. That was a huge fight last week. These things are going on, but we're not told about it. And
Let me just say this: they're not Asians or Indians,
right,
so figure it out.
and this I see the group of wackos were going to try and kidnap the governor of Michigan, and of course it's white supremacist who the president fails to put down. Yet Antifa and I guess BLM
They're okay. Well, the president has actually put down white supremacists about 16 times since he was elected president, but nobody wants to see those clips anymore. It's just the last time they talked to him. And also, the biggest thing, though, is Joe Biden. We have 10 to 12 clips. We said it last week. He's a racist, and I don't see anybody putting those on the air or talking about it. And I also don't see Hillary Rodham shithead being arrested for coming up with a complete scam to get rid of the president in 2016.
And the whole thing with this racist term, too, let's stop it. Sometimes if a decision doesn't go your way, it's got nothing to do with racism.
Right.
I mean, Barack Obama I'm as much a racist as he is. I mean, come on. Do you tend to like your own race? Sure, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to put other people down or wish for other people not to do well, that's absurd. And some of Biden's decisions over his 67 years in office haven't gone the way of, say, a minority or for their benefit. But the racist, come on, I think it's, can we get over that horseshit and the systematic racism?
I'd like to get over the whole the reparations and slavery.
We didn't even have we didn't even have boats then. It was the Brits, the Spanish.
Up the damn history books. Every nation since the beginning of man who took over territories enslaved the people they took over.
All race.
All race, all colors, all religions. The bottom line is we only hear about it here in the United States, and we abolished it.
Right. And the colonists were technically slaves to the Brits. That started the Revolutionary War and stuff, and different races that came to this country. The Irish were the weak. Man has been inhumane to man since day one, right? And can we stop it? I mean, these people are talking about the 1619 pandemic. How about the 73 BC pandemic?
Yeah.
When my relatives were thrown to lions because they worshipped a coming savior.
Yeah. And
by the way, God is to be taken out of all of that anyway.
Yeah, you can't say God anymore. What do you? No. Don't do that.
By the way, George Washington, before battles and during the Valley Forge and all that, prayed for help.
Can't do that now.
No.
Yeah, so the whole thing's getting out of hand. We're not going to talk about slavery anymore. It's absurd. We did it. It was done in the time. That's what happened. End of story.
In all honesty, some of today's modern athletes are enslaved. When they're locked in, like Garrett Cole was just enslaved to the New York Yankees for $375 million.
He was.
Terrific.
Now, how about the NBA? They're down in a bubble in Orlando. They can't leave.
By the way,
they're enslaved.
By the way, and I'm a little upset with LeBron James. The other night when they lost to the Heat, he walked off the court before the game was over. That's degrading the name on his back.
Well, the name on his back is BLM, right?
Well, Michael Brown.
Oh, Michael Brown.
And that's putting him down. Did he think of that?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, look, we should probably dig into a little NFL football and our great 4-0 Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, a nice game with the Vegas. We love you too, Rarin. Papa Booey.
I know. But just hit the ball.
Right. You're not going to distract us. No Jets today, by the way. But
nice.
The Bills was a great, nice game against Vegas. A little bit wackily refereed.
Yeah.
Woo! And
so John Brown wasn't over the goal line.
Not even an Alpha Centauri. And as you said, the 5 phases of the sun.
Yeah, fifth side of the sun.
Right.
No, great football game. You know, Josh Allen's a real deal. We talked about that before. We'll keep watching this kid. He's the best quarterback since Jim Kelly as far as Buffalo goes, and he may be, after all this is over, who knows, the best quarterback we've ever seen here. We don't know. Jim, back in those days, there wasn't as much throwing, a lot of handing off to Thurman. Today, it's pitch and catch. It's arena football, and
that toughness that.
Oh, I'm not getting that Jim Kelly.
No. That toughness Allen has is so reminiscent.
Oh, it is.
That linebacker toughness mentality, and I love it.
Oh, he's something else. It's a lot of fun, and well, now we got this whole Titans thing, and are we going to play Tuesday night at 7? And if there's another
the
positive.
Yellow Pages ran 2 complete days on it, and they're all very.
What would you do? Wait a minute, we got to go to commercial. Then you come back. What would you do? Big goalie son. My big goalie son's in Arizona with my wife getting steroids.
Interviewed Kevin Adams, and
we'll be right back.
Don't
Viagra.
ask him any questions about the qualifying offers or anything because they're staring at their screen. And how do I know that? That's what they said about the pandemic and how many more guys are going to test positive. It's horrific.
We didn't find out that Cahoon was not given a qualifying offer because he did have arbitration rights, and basically, as the agent already told the Sabres, we're not signing for $870.
Right.
So, and they were afraid that an arbitrator would give him 2.5 or 3. I think you got to keep the kid, but I also think that we got a lot more problems, and we got to figure it out.
And we kind of jumped there, but that was my fault. I think
it is your fault.
But
once you get into
Bills,
the Yellow Pages.
Guess we're playing Tuesday against the Titans.
Yeah.
I love watching the team play. I love the spirit. Don't worry about the D, everybody. It's the new NFL. I mean, it's.
We play when they go 3 and 4 wide. We got a small nickel in there, small dimes. That's what's going to happen. But we stop them from getting in the end zone. The other thing is 8.5-point favorite with all these COVID cases. I'm sure that'll be changed when we find out who is actually coming back to play on Tuesday.
And you can remember on past shows, people, who should we get? What would be a nice improvement? You and I always say defensive end.
Yeah.
Because when
we're not getting the heat.
The way to attack these quarterbacks today is with the 4-man rush because you need the 7 guys back in coverage.
Yeah, because there's 5 wide, 4 wide.
And the Raiders have a very good offensive line, and I'm sorry, we get called for holding, which is down this year. Looked like some holding to me on the Vegas Raiders, but whatever. Whatever.
Here's the bottom line. I watched that first half. We all did. Got nothing with 4-man lines. The guy could have smoked cigarettes back there. We did bring some heat, not as much, but we brought some. We still didn't get near him in the first half, and we made some adjustments at halftime. Led to 2 turnovers. Couple sacks, strip sack.
And players made plays in that second half
yes,
and stuff
they did.
too.
Yep.
And we also have played Derek Carr, a very good quarterback, one of the most efficient offenses in the last couple of years. The Rams kid, Goff, no shab there. And then Fitzpatrick had one of those days that he has, and he was on him. When he's on, he's on. And,
he was hitting people right in stride.
And kudos to those guys. Of course, he wants to show us that we made a huge mistake. But the bottom line is, don't worry about that. It's a pitch and catch league. It's arena football, but we finally got the guy and the team that can pitch and catch with everybody else.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And
the D made plays when they had to.
They made plays when they had to. We came out of it big. Josh Allen, man, oh man, this kid. Everybody's going back this week on Twitter saying, "Look, here's what they said coming out of Wyoming. People are eating serious crow, and I will eat crow right here on camera." I said, "Take Josh Rosen." Holy God, was I wrong?
Yeah. I didn't know. I admit.
Straight from the head, admit.
When we make a mistake, we say
we're not a lot of mistakes here, but when we do.
I didn't know much about any of those guys, but based on what I was reading, I kind of liked Rosen too. And,
why I liked him? Probably the same reason you did. They said he was ready to walk in to an NFL camp and start, and Josh Allen was going to be a project. That he had to work on his accuracy, that he had to work on some things. So I'm thinking,
where is Rosen now?
Dr. Rosen?
Where he was waiting?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay, Tampa Bay's gone.
Yeah.
Why is it like you have a bad training camp or something and it's like I can't play anymore?
I can't play.
But yet other positions can pick it up. And I don't
The
know.
Bills, we're looking forward in, 4 days? Tuesday night, 7. We'll see what happens there. And then we're going to, if that happens on that date, then we're moving the Kansas City game to Sunday. They weren't going to let people in anyway because, Tom, you ready? Let's do it. King Cuomo.
Right.
Ken Cuomo says no. So we couldn't have anybody in the stands anyway. So really the Thursday night aura was gone anyway. Just beat Kansas City. Early odds have Kansas City a 3.5 point favorite. That just yeah. So they are favored over the Bills. The thing is that that's early odds and stuff. But what it shows you is that we are now in Vegas's eyes, who know everything. We know that.
Right.
And I don't mean the Vegas Golden Knights, but Vegas, the bookmakers. The bottom line is that they know that we're up there with the best.
And in all honesty, too, let's be safe with the players. Moving the game back's fine with me.
Yep.
Canceling the game would have been fine with me. Putting in another date. But some of these teams have to adhere, too. I mean, you can't be running around out there and exposing yourself like this. This stuff's for real.
Who exposed himself?
Well, the players, right? They broke something.
Their pants were off and everything?
Not that, but they were in a setting, and then they practiced off the facility. So.
And what happened to this historic penalty we were going to hear about?
What was that?
They said there's
exactly.
going to be a historic penalty, like maybe a forfeit, maybe this. Nothing. They just moved it for him, and gave us 2 less days to get ready for Kansas City.
Going back to the defense point, Brian Hoyer was throwing the ball all over the doggone field, and they just couldn't get into the end zone when push came to shove against the Chiefs. Could have probably beaten the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, I was tweeting out that night, thanks a lot, Walrus, the coach of the Chiefs, because he looked like an idiot in that first half. They were walking down the field on him. His offense did nothing. Mahomes has got his hair up in a knot, for his heritage. And he's wonderful and he's beautiful, but he couldn't do anything against New England's D, who was a bunch of nobodies.
Right, but on Thursday now, whatever it's going to be,
he'll be ready.
The game of his life. He never
look
he never
at
saw
this throw.
Right.
And then the Walrus will be on the sideline with his face shield going. We respect the Bells.
Real quick, Sabre draft. Right, we only got a few minutes.
Yep.
I like what they did. I like the Jack Quinn move. Kid with a chip on his shoulder. Hard worker, first to the rank, last to go home. I like it. Goal scorer, we need it.
We'll come back in about 3 years on this. We'll let you know.
Other than that, the other guys, I don't. I like what they say about them. Seemed like we were going for the more like what Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott seem to look for.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong doing that. But again, right time.
Class kid scores. And the other thing about Sabres, it's free agency today, and nothing has happened. We've signed Zemgus Girgensson.
One huge bit of news, though, we did pick up on the ticker tape. Vladimir Sobotka signed in Sweden.
Oh, yeah. Get him. I will drive him to Buffalo International Airport. Get that slob out of this town.
Thank God. That's there's hope.
I'm a little nervous because the tweet said he was signed as an injury replacement. Uh-oh. That better mean he's not coming back.
Just he's out.
Really?
He's not back here. Yeah, he's gone.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. Because that would be it for me.
Got some letters during the week about my song "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." It was Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole did not sing
and
that.
That's what I'm worried about. If this other team.
Nat King Cole did not sing that.
Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Nat King
Who do you think? Who sang "Jamie's Crying"?
Not quite sure. I'd have to do a little research on it. I wasn't prepared for that.
That was the great David Lee Roth with the best guitarist ever.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen.
Little shout out to Timmy in New York. Come get some.
No, I'm not sure.
He's a good guy.
No, I won't do it anymore.
Love my Timmy.
No, I'm not shouting out to Timmy anymore. I'm shouting out to Brian Shanahan in the bowels of Rochester with, what's the girl's name? The mayor they're getting rid of? Lovey?
Oh, is it Lovey?
Lovey somebody. Anyway, Shanny, hang in there. Take care of your girls and your wife because you're in a hellhole. And
the way things are
thanks for listening to us.
It's going to get worse.
And Larry, thanks for not listening to us.
You know those things that they
we're really out of time.
You know those things that we're building in the underground tunnel?
Yeah.
Something like that. Love everybody.
Yeah, take care. Talk next week. Hopefully Bills 5-0.
Right.
Bye.
I did hear a snap, though, before we started.
Really? Did you? Man, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
What happened?